All right, hi guys. So it's Friday night at 5 o'clock when I'm making this. So what you're seeing is kind of how I feel after a day of grading papers. So I wanted to give you some tips on your timed writing for Monday. So I thought I'd make it fun for you to watch me on the video. So a couple of things that I need you to kind of jot down and remember for your things to do on Monday for your timed writing. One, you guys need to revisit the idea of a concrete and abstract in your thesis. Remember, your concrete is what you could put your finger on in the prompt. Your abstract is the big idea. So for FloKelley, child labor was not the big idea. Big idea could have been equality. Big idea could have been more of women's suffrage, because that was her big point, was that the women needed the right to vote in order to make the children free. So I need y'all to work on trying to put an abstract in your thesis. Your assertions, a lot of you listed devices in your assertion. And what's going to happen with that is that you just give me a summary afterwards. And so if your essay is full of summary, then that means you're giving me probably a 3 or a 4 if you're not talking about the purpose of the language. So this is where you feel like you're writing in circles because you haven't talked about a big idea, and then that leads you into summary. When you choose a piece of evidence, remember to embed it. You need to embed it contextually, telling me what's happening around it, not just FloKelley states. Tell me what's leading up to that quote. When you choose a quote, remember we talked about high dollar quotes. So quotes that have a lot of things that you can talk about. We haven't this whole month talked about ethos, logos, pathos. We haven't talked about like tugging at the reader's heartstrings. We haven't talked about the reader. So I need you to take all those things out. So when you find something, you don't have to label the device. Just tell me what the purpose is. Like, how does the language do stuff? Or what is the purpose of the language? So if you don't have anything in your assertion that isn't sorry, I'm struggling to think on a Friday night. If you don't have anything in your assertion that answers how or why your abstract idea is true from your thesis, then all you're giving me is a book report afterwards. So really work on dividing your paper in half, dividing the passage in half, and finding things. You may not know that they're devices, so don't necessarily look for devices. You're looking for patterns of language. And then how does that language prove a bigger purpose? So that's what I need y'all focusing on for Monday. It's hard, I know. Hang in there. It'll get better eventually. You just got to keep working.